the adventure, I'm a contender and more. I will show I'm not just the sponge next door. I'm gonna find a better way, a way to save the life I love. I am not a simple sponge.
That guy's good. That is Ethan Slater, SpongeBob SquarePants, the Broadway musical playing at the Palace Theater, 47th and Broadway, and you are SpongeBob.
Yes, I am, yeah.
This is your Broadway debut?
I know.
How exciting.
It's a dream come true. It's sort of the dream I never knew I had to play SpongeBob on Broadway, but it's been everything you could imagine and way more.
By the way, as we do this program around the holidays, 2017, it has just opened.
Yeah.
Describe it.
Totally surreal. We opened on Monday night. It was really electric. You know,
This is Wednesday, by the way. It's only a couple days. But go ahead. No, I'm just saying, it's only been a couple days.
It's only been a couple days. Yeah, I had yesterday to process. But it was this unbelievable experience. I sort of naively didn't think opening night was going to feel that different from the month of previews that we had leading up to it, because every audience was so, joyful and electric, and it's been incredible to perform it every night. And so I thought, this is going to be another great audience, and it's going to be a lot of friends and family, but it's going to feel like another show. And it did, but it also felt really monumental. This is something that I've wanted to do forever, and I got to do it with my best friends, and that was awesome.
It's so interesting. Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
The original, right? Cable. You were not around for that, right?
Well, I was a little kid when SpongeBob started.
But you were allowed to watch it?
We didn't actually have cable growing up, so I watched a lot of PBS in D.C.
In D.C.,
I grew up in Washington, D.C.
All right. You were watching PBS. I stepped on that line.
Yeah, I was. I was watching a lot of PBS.
WETA, right?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
We know these things.
That was awesome.
Well, it's required to know every station around the country. Go ahead.
That makes sense.
But go ahead. But when did you get exposed to SpongeBob SquarePants?
Well, I would watch SpongeBob. I would watch Nickelodeon when I went to my grandma's house. I would watch it when I went to friends' houses after school. So actually, the experience that I most closely link to SpongeBob is in middle school. I would go over to my friend's house, and we were in a band. And the first thing we would do is we would eat snacks after school while watching SpongeBob, and then we would go play music. So I link it really closely with that. And since then, I watched it a lot in college, actually, because it really resonates as a college student, too. Mm. And that's one of the great things about the TV show, but also about the musical that we found in interacting with the audience is that, yes, it's on Nickelodeon, and yes, kids are going to love it, and it's great for kids, but it actually really touches and reaches a very wide audience. And a majority of the people that I've been talking to after the show have been in their 20s and 30s and
some of us
beyond.
are older.
Yeah,
and in
beyond.
fact, to share this, I was just telling you that we're our family and a few other families, adults and kids, are actually going to come see the show in just a couple of days, and we're looking forward to it. But I'm curious as to how the kids react versus adults who just loved it when it was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
You engage with your audience in a certain way. I'm struck by that. Your connection to your audience. Where does it come from? Your ability to connect.
Yeah.
There are some great actors who don't have that ability, but they're just great actors. You seem to connect. What is that?
Well, I don't know that I can totally explain it. There's just a great energy, especially at the Palace. I feel very close to the audience. But the show is funny. If I do say so myself, I think it's a funny show. So there's a lot of reaction from the audience. There's a lot of laughter.
Is it double entendre? A lot of double entendre,
There's definitely
if you will.
some of it, absolutely. There's a lot of physical comedy. I like to say that it sort of harkens back to the early 20th century physical comedians, and I watched a lot of Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin,
right.
Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy. When
Influenced by that.
Influenced by that, absolutely. And I watched a lot of it, as did Danny Skinner, who plays Patrick, my C-star best friend.
By the way, can you talk about some of the other? You have a few names connected, particularly on the musical side. So I've heard.
The musical composers are unbelievable.
Talk about them.
There's a song, original songs written by John Legend, Aerosmith, the Plain White T's, Panic at the Disco, Cyndi Lauper.
What's the matter? Couldn't get any big stars?
Yeah, exactly.
You got huge stars.
The bottom of the barrel. These guys. No,
What's
they're
it like
unbelievable. It's been, getting to sing songs by your heroes. It's really special. They all wrote songs that work perfectly in the show, and they wrote it for specific moments. So it's not a jukebox musical in that it had to be adapted for the story. They wrote it for the story. So in that way, it's just like singing any other musical. You're looking for the truth behind the song and the motivations within it. But to know that I'm rocking out to a Cyndi Lauper song is every night. It's a dream come true.
Go back a little further. When you were auditioning for this role, describe that experience.
I originally auditioned for the untitled Tina Landau project. Tina Landau is the director, and they had not announced that this was going to be a SpongeBob musical. They actually didn't know whether it was going to be anything. There was no script. There was no music yet. Tina had pitched the show to Nickelodeon, and they were trying to figure out how they could put this on stage in a three-dimensional way with humans that brought something new, not only to SpongeBob, but to Broadway, something that was innovative.
You were in college.
I was in college. And
at Vassar?
At Vassar College, yeah, exactly. And I was actually just in the right place at the right time. I had applied for a summer apprenticeship program to do Shakespeare in Connecticut, in the town that one of my good friends lived in, and I was hoping to work on Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
And you get SpongeBob.
And I get SpongeBob, right. I ended up being cast as Benvolio in Romeo and Juliet, and the casting director who was casting that show called me a week later and said, "We have a strange opportunity for you. I think you'll know what it is when you read the sides."
But it was an untitled project, and you guys couldn't tell anyone.
Exactly, couldn't tell anyone.
For a long time.
Yeah, for three plus years of working on the project.
Hold on 1 second. Before I let you out of here, your family, your closest friends, you couldn't tell them.
I couldn't tell my family, and my closest friends had no idea what I was working on.
Got it. But this must have been amazing for you.
It was unbelievable. The thing that's really been incredible about it is that every step of the way has felt in and of itself like a fulfilling creative experience. Each workshop has been an opportunity for me to learn, or was an opportunity for me to learn new skills.
You still will.
And I still will, absolutely. So it's been, each step of the way has been incredible. But when I look at it over the course of 5 years, I feel unbelievably grateful. It's like I got, my BA in SpongeBob, and now I'm getting my master's.
Ethan, you knew as a kid you wanted to do this.
Yeah.
You knew. What age do you think?
It's tough to say. I was really performative as a kid. I did shows when I was 5. I played Toto in The Wizard of Oz when my sister was Dorothy. But then the time that I really knew that I wanted to pursue it professionally was in high school. I was doing The Producers my junior year, and one of my best friends, his name is Noah Robbins, was playing Bialystok, and I was playing Bloom. He came back from a trip to New York on our dress rehearsal day and announced that he had booked a Broadway show, and he was going to be playing Eugene in Brighton Beach Memoirs.
Wow.
And that was sort of an eye-opening experience for me. We were from D.C. This doesn't happen. But my best friend, who I thought was, the greatest actor I've ever met, turns out was the greatest actor I'd ever met. And I thought, well, maybe if I work half as hard as he does, I can make this happen.
Well, you're making it happen. And Ethan Slater is in SpongeBob SquarePants, playing at the Palace Theater, 47th and Broadway. He is SpongeBob, and I look forward with our family to being there and seeing you and enjoying that experience with everyone else, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I'm excited for you to see it.
You got it. Be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by NJIT, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, Qual Care Inc., New Jersey Sharing Network, the Russell Berry Foundation, Suez, and by NJM Insurance Group. Promotional support provided by NJ.com. Small news, big news, true Jersey. And by HipNewJersey.com. Live hard, work hard, play hard. You're from New Jersey, and so are we. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.